Hello and welcome back to my Sid Meier's Civilization 5 playthrough as Rome. When we left off, well, things were going pretty well. We've got a bit of a... well, I see trouble in the future when it comes to Korea. Like, currently, both of their cities are bigger than ours, so there's probably going to be some confrontation there. So, I've been looking over the comments from what everyone said, and I've decided I'll be explaining what I'm doing a bit more, since it seems like some of you were having some trouble following. So, with that in mind, let's get underway. I'm currently building the hanging gardens here, library there. There's not much more I can explain this turn, so let's continue. So I'm currently researching ironworking. Yeah. Either way, as I was saying, I'm currently researching ironworking so I can get the Legion. This will mean that I can upgrade my warriors into them, legions, which are significantly better units. Notice how warriors only have an attack power of 8. Legions have an attack power of 17. This is much better. Also, as I said last time, they can build roads, which is why I position them like this, so I can connect Antium and Rome with roads. It's quicker than having to use my workers to do it, which is why I'm currently having the worker upgrade the iron, so that I can use it to upgrade these to legions. Not too complicated, I hope. So nothing's changed. Let's keep going. Accept embassy. So what I do when I do this, I reveal to them where my city is, capital city, and they reveal where their capital city is. This is useful because it lets me know where they are, and I'm pretty sure the AI cheat to a certain extent and actually know where I am anyway. So let's do that. I'm not liking the speed at which Rome is growing. Oh well, we're still on production focus. Why didn't I change that? I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Okay, Rome will now grow at a normal rate. You see, if you go in here, you can change what your citizens are doing. So if you want it to grow fast, you go food focus. If you want to build things quicker, you go production focus, etc, etc. Right now, there's not much going on. There hardly ever is in the early game. I'm a bit worried about Korea. We've got some troops running about. Although we've got legions now, so that's a good thing. It costs gold to upgrade units, and while I had enough for the first unit, I don't have enough for this one. Oh well, what should we research next then? So you get sailing if you want to be able to work sea resources like fish or whales, and to explore the seas using triremes. You can also set up oversea trade routes. But right now we don't have a coastal city, so I think I'll go for trapping, so that I can get the circus, which gives extra happiness. Lots of movement up there. So as you can see, I can build a road here. Now roads cost money to upkeep, but the reason you build them is twofold. One, so you can reach your other city quicker. Two, so that with the connection you get a bit of gold with every city connection. So there's really no reason not to, unless your city is like 50 tiles away. That's an exaggeration. But really there is a certain point where it becomes less profitable. So you don't want your cities to be too far away. Also, roads only double the speed of a unit, so it's still not the best. You need to have units stationed where they can be useful, really. But I guess that's sort of obvious. So as I said, there's not really much going on right now. We haven't seen any wars happen just yet, but I've got a feeling that that won't last much longer. So the road was finished there. You can sort of see it by here, but because there's a quarry it's less visible. But yeah, we got the road here, and now I'm setting them to build one here. It's a useful ability when you're trying to link up your early cities. Means you don't need to take a worker that could be doing something more useful and have them do something less useful. Ooh, they built the Colossus. That specific wonder gives them an extra trade route, if I remember correctly, 5 gold and an extra cargo ship straight away. So it can be quite useful if you're struggling for gold. Okay, so now he's not trying to rip me off, but you see, each luxury resource is worth about 240 gold to the AI. So right now, over 25 turns, I wouldn't get the recommended amount, I guess. If I can bump this up a bit, I might accept it. Would he accept 9? How about 8? There we go. So that means I'm getting lots of gold now, which is always nice. So I think I'm going to send my worker to the other city to start improving stuff that we've got over there. I'll go for construction. We have 2 archers, and upgrading them to composites would be quite good for our military force. Composites are just much, much better archers. Like that barbarian camp that I cleared early on from by here. Composite, in some conditions, can actually just completely wipe them out on its own. You see, the reason I moved my warrior into here to upgrade them is because they can only upgrade within your land. Don't worry, I won't be this explanative throughout the entire series, just in these first initial episodes for people who may not be as familiar with the game. So we've got all of our wine linked up. Ah, we actually managed to get the Hanging Gardens. That is really good. Because it means Rome can grow much quicker now, in theory. And it just gives a flat 6 food as well, so that's really nice. So, since... well, we're doing alright for gold right now, so maybe I could hold off on it. I think I'll go for the watermill. It gives 2 food and 1 production. And, well, while I said we just have lots of food, there's no reason not to get more food. I think I'll get sailing just so we can say the ancient era is finished. Also, I'm considering that I might want to place a city on the coast somewhere, but I don't know where yet. Like, this is mostly like just, no, don't want to go anywhere by this. This is all useless. I guess further over here maybe, but I might want to do a bit more scouting before I dedicate myself to that. So as you can see, there's only this one tile of road. Actually, has that road tile been finished? It has. Okay, so now they're connected. This mode I'm in right now is called strategic mode. It's sometimes used if, say, your computer isn't powerful enough, or if you just don't like the look of this mode. It can be useful from time to time to see if you've actually finished a road. Like, see, it's quite clear here with it being a black line. So let's continue, shall we? Engineering. Engineering gives you the ability to create the Great Wall, which stops barbarians, and it also lets you build aqueducts, which mean that food is carried over every time a citizen is born, so it means you can grow more quickly. It's quite useful if you're planning on going tall, which means you have few cities which are really big. As you can see, now that my cities are connected, I'm getting a certain bonus from city connections. The second one down right by there. So that means the road basically pays for itself. Well, eventually it will anyway. So I'll just set these to guard right now. A warrior, or in this case legion, that is set to guard will be stronger when an enemy attacks it. It's quite advantageous to surround your cities sometimes, but if you don't have many units, don't worry about it. I might want to make another legion, just because I'm not feeling particularly safe. And after that, I want to mark it. Oh, it looks like the Incas are trading with us. That's another thing you can do. You can build trade routes using, well, that's a caravan, and you can also build trade ships, as I was talking about earlier. So now that I've done this, I could continue down Liberty, but I am trying to go tall, so I'm going to grab Tradition, the Oligarchy social policy, which means that whenever a unit is stationed inside a city, it costs nothing, and also it increases the range strength of that city. It's quite useful.
Instrumental or mechanical science.
So I'm going to improve this sugar now, so it will give me more happiness. You see, there are all these luxury resources dotted around the map, which give you happiness. Have I not improved that silk? I thought I had. No, yeah, I have. Why isn't it? Oh, wait, yes, it is there. I'm just blind. Never mind. Never mind. Does anyone hate you? You founded Hinduism, so it's quite likely. And you're far enough away from me not to be concerned. Nope, sorry. Turning down your hand of friendship. Occasionally the AI will ask for friendships, but really it doesn't mean anything. So now that we've built a library here, I'm going to build a monument, which means we get extra culture. Culture is used for social policies. It's also used in the cultural victory, but since I'm not going for that, I'm not going to explain it right now. If one of the other civs seems to be going for it, I'll explain it then. I'm a bit worried about Antium because both Busan and Seoul are right next to it. So that's why I'm sending most of my units over here. Also, I'm going to upgrade my archer. I don't have enough to upgrade both of them, but I will next turn. Things are going alright, all things considered. We managed to get one wonder. We've got what I would call a decent military force. We haven't seen any wars going on, although I'm pretty sure I saw the Mongols doing something earlier. Overall, I think things are going pretty well for us. Now that I've said that, the sky will fall on our heads. I'm not kidding. Ah, made a friend. Sugar connected for Belgrade. Okay, occasionally city-states, these cities which are also states, will give you missions. In this case, Belgrade had given me the mission to get sugar, and since I just upgraded the sugar that I had in my lands, that means I've got influence over them. Influence can do stuff like make them your friends. Since this is a military city-state, they will give me a military unit every now and then. Other ones can do stuff like give you extra happiness and stuff like that. I think I'm going to... there's so much options. I could go for the aqueduct, but I was actually planning on getting it through the social policies. But looking at my rate of getting them, it might not be worth it, so... Screw it. We're building it. Now, this might be the time for me to actually look for places to place my next city, but the problem is we're really hemmed in. Like, I'm not sure where I'd want to place it. There really is nowhere I'd want to place it. Maybe there? Like, around about here? I'd be able to block the pass, but that's about it. Also, I don't know what the resources are over there. Okay. I'll send this archer, which earlier was my scout before it got upgraded, to go explore. The reason I'm sending this is because it's got the ability to walk through any terrain without getting a penalty. So it can move quicker than any of my other units. Antium will be just fine. If there's something interesting over here, then I might go for that. If there isn't, then I might want to look into conquering Busan. We enter the medieval era. That just means that we've got a technology that happens to be in the next band. So here we got metal casting. So speaking of technology, I think I'm going to go for... do I want to go to physics? No, I want to make use of our special unit, the ballista. So before we upgrade to physics to get the trebuchet. So I'll go for civil service. Civil service means that your farms, which are next to water, will produce more food. It's a pretty nice upgrade. Place the city here, but is there anything useful? Is this camp still here? I'm assuming Korea cleared it. Nope. Nope. Fire? I'm wondering now how Korea managed to get their units past there. Like, they obviously did it somehow. The Parthenon, sorry. I always say Pantheon, but that's something different entirely. So I'm going to nick this kill so that I can get some extra experience for my archers. Sorry, composite bowmans. It's important to level up your units because they become more useful the higher level they are. Do I want to start work on a workshop? As you can see, it gives extra production just straight up, and it's really good. No, I think I'll go for extra food and production in the watermill. Continue. Over here, I will build the workshop because it only takes 4 turns. Antium's growing next turn, that's good. Oh! Wow. Looks like that camp's almost cleared. Ah, see what I said about Belgrade giving us units? Since we're friends, they've given us a spearman, which is a free unit. Like, you wouldn't turn down a free unit. You see this symbol here, right next to the name? That means that the Inca is an ally of them. One of the victory types is to ally as many of these as you can, and then make them vote for you. Well, allying them gives you votes. That's the diplomatic victory. It's more like the economic victory, if you ask me. Yep, that camp's cleared. It means Korea gets the worker, which upsets me a bit. I would have quite liked that, but what are you going to do? To the front lines. You wait, let's continue with our exploration. Ah, the sea. This position just got a bit more interesting. Getting access to the sea is very valuable. Like, I've already got silk, so the problem is I've currently only got 4 happiness, and establishing a city takes 4 happiness. This isn't ideal. Oh, there's a city-state there as well. Seriously, this continent's packed. Okay, guys. I'm thinking we take Busan.